This video was brought to you by stntrading.eu. They enhance your trading experience by offering extremely fast automated trading services for both TF2 and CSGO. Check them out in the description below. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to be doing another episode of Fashion Fortress, and this isn't any regular episode of Fashion Fortress. This is going to be a Patreon loadouts only Fashion Fortress, mainly because we've been getting so much support on Patreon recently, and you guys have just been insane with all the support, and I can't thank you guys enough for all of that. So today I'm going to be doing a Fashion Fortress based on Patreon loadouts. Now, I've only ever made one video about my Patreon, and that is to just say that it's a thing that exists. There's a link to it in the description in all of my videos if you do want to support it. If you don't even worry about it. It's completely fine. I completely get any reason that you might not want to donate, and I don't expect anybody to. So just because these guys did, that is what I am going to be putting them in this video. And if you are a Patreon and you donate a certain amount, I believe you get your loadout in the next Fashion Fortress. So if you want to get your loadout definitely in Fashion Fortress, you could become a patron, but you don't have to. So this first loadout is from Brigadier Lian, and I always feel like I say this wrong every single time. I am awful with pronouncing people's names, so if you're watching the stream and you subscribe and I say a name wrong, I'm so sorry. But either way, this loadout consists of the unusual cotton head, a strange cadet visor, and the Dead of Night. And the Dead of Night is actually crafted by Lian themselves, so it's pretty awesome that they managed to craft something like that. And the unusual cotton head has Miami Nights, it's painted white, and it honestly looks really nice. And the only thing I don't like about this loadout is the cadet visor, mainly because I'm not a massive fan of that item itself, and I feel like it could be replaced with something much better. Lian said they wanted to keep their loadouts kind of classy, and if I look on their other loadouts, they have the same type of theme with the cotton head and the Dead of Night, and then just an extra cosmetic there. I feel like with the Scout, instead of the cadet visor, you could use something like just a pair of glasses, maybe the Reader's Choice, maybe just some grey bands or anything like that, and it would look infinitely better than the cadet visor. You might be a fan of the cadet visor, I myself am not really, but I don't know, that's your choice. And then I guess if you did want to count the weapons, they could use a little bit of upgrading if they're a big deal to you. If not, then don't worry about it. But that Corsair scattergun doesn't look like it's in the best wear, neither does that Blitzkrieg pistol. And that regular Sandman isn't the best thing you could be using, I guess. Maybe upgrade it to a strange one, I don't really know. It's just something I always notice and I always like to point out. Overall, that is a pretty awesome loadout, and I also got sent a medic and a pyro loadout, which are also pretty awesome. So I'm just popping those up on screen right now. I'm not going to be talking about them, but on to the next Patreon loadout, because this one, so far, is really good. Next up, we have this loadout from PillsManFox, and he also sent me two loadouts, I believe, so I'm going to pop the other one up on screen right now so you can see it. And okay, so this is the Pyro loadout we're looking at. It has an unusual Napper's Respite with Cauldron Bubbles. We have a Sub-Zero suit and a cute suit, which is also painted to match the Cauldron Bubbles. Then we have a professional Killstreak Rainblower, a reserve shooter, and a home wrecker. Now, honestly, I feel like I keep confusing this in game with Dicey, and I don't know why. I think it's mainly because Dicey wears the Sub-Zero suit and a Napper's Respite as well, but every time I see a Napper's Respite, I always think of just Dicey's loadout, but it's not Dicey. This is somebody completely different. And Cauldron Bubbles is actually quite a nice effect. I've never really been a massive fan of it because I've always just been... The only time I've ever seen this loadout is while I'm trading, or the only time I've seen the effect is while I'm trading, and I never really knew much about it, so I was like, I'm not going to go anywhere near that, I'm going to stay away from it. And honestly, it's a really nice effect. This loadout kind of all works quite well together. The cute suit works well with the Sub-Zero suit, the colour of the cute suit works well with the Napper's Respite. I feel like if you wanted to make this loadout a little bit better, maybe you could add kill streaks to the other two weapons, and maybe even paint the Sub-Zero suit to match the set even more. I feel like that could be a thing that is quite good. And the problem with the Rainblower is, while it is an awesome gun to use, and I do quite like using it sometimes, if somebody isn't using Pyrovision, they won't actually see that, and they'll just see a stock flamethrower instead. And I don't think the professional kill streak works like that. So if somebody sees just a regular flamethrower, it will be pro kill streak. I'm not too sure. But either way, I feel like maybe in the future, possibly, you could upgrade that to a really nice flamethrower or something like that. And just generally make it so people can see every bit of your loadout without having to go into Pyro vision. Other than those few extra changes, I really like how everything works together in this loadout. There's obviously a theme of this whole thing. And also, I just checked, the Rainblower has Allies Extinguished and Halloween Fire with Mandarin Flames. And the cute suit is inaudibly green with Putrescent Pigmentation, which is another spell, and they're actually pretty insane items if they've got spells on them and strange parts and everything going on like that. So massive congrats on this loadout, PillsMan, and it is pretty awesome. I do really like the Rainblower, but I don't know, for me, if I wanted to show off that loadout, I guess I'd change it to a flamethrower. But I mean, if you have the Rainblower and you don't really want to change it, I completely get that. Next up, we have this loadout from Sushi, and it consists of the team captain, the mutton chops, and he says the Antarctic Parka, but the item in this loadout that the soldier is wearing is the cold snap coat. I'm not sure which one is actually being used here, but either way, it is a pretty awesome looking soldier loadout. Some of the items in it are quite generic. I know a lot of people really like to use the team captain and the mutton chops together, and that is because they just look good. And that is a set that actually works quite well together. It's a really old school soldier set. I remember a lot of people wearing this set when it first came out, and when I first started playing TF2, this was all you could see the soldiers wearing. I used to wear this on Soldier. A load of people I know used to wear this on Soldier. I'm pretty sure Star used to wear this on Soldier when he played TF2. Generally, this loadout is actually pretty good, and there's not a bunch of stuff I would change with it, mainly because it is a really nice set, and while it is quite generic, it is also not really used that much anymore. It's kind of generic if you were playing TF2 a few years ago, but nowadays I don't see as many soldiers using this because a lot of people have transitioned to other hats. And since more cosmetics have been coming out, there have been a lot of different options for cosmetic loadouts for the soldier. So people have been making good use of that and have been making some pretty awesome loadouts. And this is still, it's old, but it's still a very, very good loadout. I honestly don't see myself changing too many things in this loadout at all. I don't know what the weapons are, so maybe if the weapons aren't that great, you can improve the weapons. I don't really know, but generally, this is a very, very nice soldier hat or soldier cosmetic set, sorry. And if Sushi had the money eventually, get an unusual team captain. Very, very expensive, but it can be used on different classes as well, and it would just make this loadout look much better. It's literally the only thing I can think of right now. And finally, we have this Pyro loadout that is sent to us by Chocolate Bar. Now, Chocolate Bar is using the Connoisseur's Cap, the Popeyes, and the Vintage Fossil Facade with a regular degreaser, a strange killstreak scorch shot, and a strange power jack. This loadout is quite a weird one, and it fits the Pyro quite well, mainly because the Pyro is kind of more goofy with his cosmetics and is wearing a bunch of other weird stuff that you wouldn't see other mercs in this game wearing and other people using, I guess. And the Popeyes is always funny paired with any other like mask for the Pyro. Since the eyes pop out even more, it makes all of the masks look much less serious and more like the TF2 themed, I guess. Like if you use these with the last breath, it would take all of the edge off the last breath that it normally has, because it is meant to be like a more, I don't really know, like a more edgy type cosmetic to use. I'm not too sure on that, but that's what I think of the last breath anyway. And the Popeyes takes all of the seriousness out of any single loadout, which is great if you're trying to mess around. Also, the Connoisseur's Cap makes the Pyro's head look really tall because it almost matches the colour of the Foster's Facade. I dropped my phone. But yeah, as I was saying, this loadout is kind of more a goofy one and is meant to be taken much less seriously than a bunch of other Pyro loadouts that do exist. And honestly, it's a nice mess around loadout. I wouldn't see this set being used in any serious situation at all. Honestly, I'm not a massive fan of the loadout in general, but I do like the idea behind it, and I think I don't really know how to improve it because it's a completely different look to any other loadout that you'd go for. And I don't really know. Maybe improve the degreaser, maybe get a strange one if you can. And I mean, if you want to use that set completely and you want to upgrade it a little bit more, maybe use the Connoisseur's Cap but get an unusual one. Since it is a low tier hat, you can get one quite cheap. So anyway, that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video. It really helps me out a bunch. And also, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, mainly because we just hit 38k. I think I'm going to be saying this for the next couple of days of videos, because I'm recording them all on the same day. So if I say that in my next couple of days of videos, then that is why. I'm sorry about that. But we have just hit 38k. Thank you guys so much for that. Next video that is Fashion Fortress is going to be your guys' loadouts. So if you want to submit a loadout, there is an email in the description where you could do that. And also if you join my Discord server, there is a room on the Discord server for loadout review. And you can just put a picture of it in there. So anyway, that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know what you think about it and what could be improved. And I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Goodbye.